Assalamu alaikum students, I am Sidra Khalil, your course instructor of the subject Modern Novel. This is our 12th week video lecture, and in today's lecture we are going to start a new novel that is written by William Golding, and the name of the novel is Lord of Flies. So in today's lecture, first of all, I want to tell you about the brief introduction of the writer William Golding. So let's start our today's lecture. So William Golding was a British novelist. He was best known for his 1954 novel that is Lord of Flies, and that we have to discuss in our course outline, which explored, so actually this novel explored the inherent savagery of human nature. His other works include The Sea, the trilogy To the Ends of the Earth, and numerous other novels, essays, and plays. Actually, Golding's experiences in the Royal Navy during World War II significantly influenced his pessimistic worldview, which earned him the 1983 Nobel Prize in Literature and a knighthood in 1988. So this is because of writing the novel Lord of Flies, he basically earned Nobel Prize in 1983. And if I talk about his early life and his career, he was actually born in Cornwall, England in 1911. Initially studied science at Oxford but switched to English literature to pursue his passion for writing. He also worked as a school teacher before and after World War II. So if we talk about his novel, so published his first novel, that is Lord of Flies, at the age of 43. After numerous rejections, his writing career took off after Lord of Flies. This is the start of his career as a writer, that he wrote the novel Lord of Flies, and after that it was basically it became a bestseller novel, and allowing him to retire from teaching and write full-time devotion to his writing. So from here he started his career as a writer. And if I talk about the major works and themes of William Golding's works, so first of all I want to tell you about the Lord of Flies novel, his most famous work, which examines the darkness of human nature when a group of schoolboys are stranded on a deserted island. And the themes that are the part of his works are the Golding's works often explores the conflict between the impulse towards civilization and innate capacity for evil. So next work is the very much famous written by Lord of Flies, that is To the Ends of the Earth. It is a trilogy consisting of Rites of Passage, Close Quarters, and Fire Down Below, which continues to explore the themes of civilization and chaos. Next work is Rites of Passage, the first novel in the Sea trilogy, for which he won the Booker Prize in 1980. So these are some of the works that has been written by William Golding, and that we have to discuss his novel, as I told you earlier, that is Lord of Flies. So I am going to start the introduction of the novel Lord of Flies. So William Golding's novel Lord of Flies, it has been written by him in 1954. It is a powerful allegorical novel that explores the darker aspects of human nature through the story of a group of British schoolboys stranded on an uninhabited island. What begins as an attempt to establish order and cooperation soon dissolves into chaos, violence, and the breakdown of civilization. Golding uses the boys' gradual descent into savagery to examine fundamental questions about the human condition. And basically, these fundamental questions or human conditions are people naturally good, or does evil lie beneath the surface of social rules and institutions? Through symbolic characters, objects, and events, the novel presents a disturbing yet thought-provoking critique of human society, suggesting that the thin veneer of civilization can easily crumble when individuals are removed from societal constraints. Blending adventure, psychological insights, and moral inquiry, Lord of Flies remains a seminal work in modern literature, offering timeless commentary on power, fear, group dynamics, and the innate conflict between civilization and primal instincts. This is the short introduction of the novel Lord of Flies. We will read its summary in next lecture. But before that, I want to tell you about the character analysis of this novel. So there are many characters are there, but the main character that I added over here, these are some of them. So first character is that is very much important, and we can say he is also the protagonist of the novel as well. So that is the Ralph. Ralph character, he is basically a young school boy. Ralph represents order, leadership, and the civilizing instinct. He was elected as a chief. He struggles to maintain structure through tasks like building shelters and keeping the signal fire alive. Throughout the novel, Ralph's growing frustration with the boy's descent into savagery reveals his internal conflicts between the desire for moral responsibility and the pressure of primal survival. His eventual helplessness in the face of Jack, and that is another character that having opposite thoughts as compared to the Ralph. That is basically Jack's rising power underscores the fragile nature of democratic authority. Next character is Piggy, and this character symbolizes intellect, logic, and social maturity. Despite being physically weak and often mocked, he consistently provides practical solutions and moral clarity. His glasses represent, he wears glasses, and his glasses actually represents reasons and technological progress, and that their theft marks the moment civilization collapse. Piggy's death in the novel, it is actually a turning point that signifies a triumph of irrational violence over rational thought. We can say evil over the good, over rational thought, showing how quickly societies can destroy what is wise yet vulnerable. Next character is the Jack. Jack embodies the instinct for power, dominance, and savagery. Initially disciplined as a choir leader, he becomes increasingly aggressive and violent when he discovers the thrill of hunting. His rivalry with Ralph reflects the conflict between civilization and barbarism. So Ralph represents a civilization and Jack's character represents a barbarism. As Jack forms his own tribe, he manipulates fear, especially the boys' fear of the beast, to strengthen his authority. His descent into tyranny shows how easily humans embrace violence when freed from societal restraint. You can say that when there is anarchy is there, so the result is also in the form of the chaos and disorder. So next character is a Simon. Simon represents the natural goodness, spirituality, and inner truth. Sensitive and initiative, he understands the symbolic nature of the beast before anyone else. Realizing that the darkness the boys fear exists within themselves, his encounter with the Lord of Flies exposes the novel central theme of inherent human evil. This is actually a question is there that we will discuss in our next lecture, that inherent nature of human evil. Simon's death in the novel, caused by the boy's blind panic, demonstrates how innocence is vulnerable in the face of collective hysteria. Next character is the Roger. Roger is the embodiment of pure cruelty and sadism. While initially constrained by societal rules, he becomes increasingly violent as those rules fade. His enjoyment of harming others and his deliberate murder of Piggy shows the extreme end of humanity's capacity for evil when moral boundaries vanish. Roger illustrates Golding's belief that unchecked power can lead to destructive impulses. So this is all about today's lecture, students. In today's lecture, we have discussed about the introduction of the novelist William Golding, and we have done also the introduction of the novel Lord of Flies written by William Golding. And after that, we have discussed the character analysis of the main character analysis we have done, and among them we have studied the character of the Ralph, Jack, Piggy, Roger, and Simon. There are a lot of minor characters also there, so you all must read the text of the novel Lord of Flies. And in next video lecture, we are going to discuss about the summary and some of the textual lines of this novel. So stay with us. Thank you so much for listening. Allah Hafiz.